after a crazy 24 hours, Gonzalez over the line, Conceição over the line, and now we have one or two more signings. Basically, that's kind of the story of this daily news show. According to one part of the media, it's Koopmeiners. According to the other part of the media, it's two. It's Koopmeiners / Sancho or somebody else, an unknown name right now, which seems extremely unlikely that's gonna happen. Like, there's an unknown name out there, another winger we never heard about or like never mentioned regarding joining us to come in. So right now we just need to go off those two names, and especially Koopmeiners, because that's the next one up. Before we do that, as always, hit the like button, subscribe. I will be back in my normal settings later tonight for a preview for the Verona game. But Koopmeiners update. If it's an update, we need to be honest as well, because according to Di Marzio, the deal is still on, which is not really an update. Yeah, it's on because he's not training, and Atalanta made it publicly clear that he wants to join Juve by actually saying he wants to join Juve. So it's not really a shock or a surprise. But according to Di Marzio, the update is that the feeling is positive feelings that deal will get done early next week, which is, well, obviously because we only have one more week left. Early next week, if you're gonna make that deal happen, even if you're Atalanta and you're a bit petty, you're not gonna wait until 2 days before the end of the market to get the papers on the medicals. Like, you're just playing with money, a player career, everything. Like, that's also unfair. I don't think they will be that petty. That would be really extreme, to be honest. But in general, if it gets done early this Monday, fine. He will be ready to play against Roma or be in the squad with a decent amount of time, with the team. But obviously, that's the number one target. That's why I always said that there's no way you're not going to sign Koopmeiners, because, again, I'm going to repeat myself, he's vital. And with vital, I mean, you can say we have enough midfielders. You can say we can play Yildiz in that position. We can play, or we can get an extra winger, and switch it up, basically. Yes, and yes. But no, because the mindset of Thiago Motta when he came in was probably, I need that profile. And we know that because if you remember correctly, I think it was the last day of January, probably. I did a live, or no, after the live. I finished the live, and Di Marzio came out with the news that Koopmeiners, the moment the window shuts, so it was probably 2 days before the end of the window. So the moment the window shuts, Juve will start talks with Atalanta for Koopmeiners, and a couple of days later, it was reported that there's an agreement with Koopmeiners, and talks with Atalanta will take place to get that deal done. And everybody had a feeling, okay, that's a deal you get done very early. And I think even Koopmeiners is really pissed about that, because we were in for that deal from January, not the end of July, where we just popped up and tried to sign Koopmeiners. So that's why I'm saying it's key, because the other reports were that we agree, or Giuntoli agreed terms with Thiago Motta that month as well, January, February. So from that moment in time, Giuntoli knew what Motta wanted, and that was Koopmeiners. That was an attacking midfielder. That was a player who is proven in Serie A, who is a very good player, who get you double-digit goals and assists, basically, and does it consistently, is dominant in the league as well. That was his idea. That's why I've always said, no matter how the timing is and how difficult it seems for that deal to get done, there's no way you don't get that deal done, basically. That was what I was always trying to say, because coming in, Thiago Motta probably had an idea of, okay, I started with Di Gregorio. He's going to be key to my build-up play. Start with a ball-playing center-back, and we move on to a Koopmeiners, who's going to be vital, linking up that midfield with that center-forward being Vlahovic or whatever, You get Di Gregorio, fine. You don't get a ball-playing center-back. At that point, yeah, you cannot miss out on Koopmeiners. You can't. You can dress it up, and you can say you can give me another winger or so, and we can talk about the price tag. It's going to be around 60. Is that too much? Yeah, we overpaid. It's insane. We're overpaying. I get it. And I agree with that as well. That's football, but it's still okay to say that's insane. And it is insane that we're paying 60 for Koopmeiners and 38 for Gonzalez. That's insane. I agree with all those things. That's what my point. And I also agree with the fact that, yeah, that's a transfer market. But right now, you don't have a plan B. Samardzic, for example, never was a plan B. It was actually a plan B for Atalanta as well, because they wanted O'Reilly and he's going to Brighton, so they got Samardzic. So the plan A was always Koopmeiners. There was no other option. It was Koopmeiners or bust. That's why, and maybe I'm wrong. Was it ever throughout the window, because I did so many transfer videos and lives with you guys, was there ever a report where I said, oh, he's a replacement for Koopmeiners, or he's an alternative to Koopmeiners? I cannot recall that. Not once, I think, was a report saying, okay, that player is an alternative to Koopmeiners. Maybe a sports media said doing something insane, but like from a decent source. That was never the case. The only thing that came out was from Di Marzio saying, hey, they don't want to let him go, and if we sign Gonzalez and we're not going to go for Koopmeiners, it makes absolutely no sense. It made no sense ever. Because they're two different type of players, and one is a priority. Well, like winger is also a priority, but one was a priority from January. The other one became a priority at the end of July, start of August, when they felt, hey, Nico Gonzalez wants to leave Fiorentina, and they're open to let him go. That's a different story. For Koopmeiners, it's him. Now, on Sancho, because it's one or two more deals, right now, we're not going to do the Sancho deal. Unless Man U wake up and they're like, loan with an option. No obligation. Option, and we're going to pay part of the wages. We just need to get him out of the squad right now this season. Give us a 3-4 million loan deal, loan fee, and we can move it on. At that moment in time, I think the club will pounce on it. They will make that deal happen. But right now, obligation, the entire transfer fee, wages, a big loan fee, that's just not going to be that's not going to happen, because we did that with Conceição, and you got Gonzalez. You have Fieldless, you have Timothy Weah. It's not a need. The only way you're going to get Jadon Sancho, or the only way you should be signing Jadon Sancho, is if Motta's like, I really can use him. I really can. I can use all of them, and I will make it work. And Giuntoli's fine. And Man U come knocking, they're like, here, he needs to get out. He wants to join you, and this is the package. And it's very favorable, then yeah, they will jump on it. They will. But right now, Man U are not in that situation. Right now. Maybe tomorrow, Monday, maybe Tuesday, they feel like, okay, he's just going to stay. What now? They will get desperate, and they were like, okay. Like Chelsea probably will do with a lot of those of their players as well. So for that one, we just need to wait and see. Koopmeiners, obviously the main target. Good vibes according to Di Marzio. It's moving to the point where, yeah, it's going to happen. They're going to release him. They're going to accept the bid, which I don't think ever was an issue. You'll probably get some news out there. They want more bonuses. They want more money. I think it's all BS at this moment in time. I think the package is there. If that was not enough, we would have known by now that's not enough. That was never the issue. It was just Koopmeiners and being petty. That's what Atalanta is. But hopefully it gets done. Hopefully it gets done Monday. So actually the next couple of days, we don't need to talk about transfers, maybe outgoings. But towards the Roma game, it's like, okay, Conceição has basically a couple of days in training. Gonzalez has a couple of days in training. Koopmeiners is there for a couple of days. And we could go to that Roma game. And then after that Roma game, come back from international break. And we will see how things will go. First, Verona, obviously not going to be easy, especially with the deployed squad right now we have, but we will preview that later tonight, 10 p.m. as always. So stay tuned for that. Motta will speak, and we will go over what he had to say and predictions, and starting 11, which is probably going to be very predictable, to be honest. But yeah, that's it for me. That's it from me today, or like for now. Thanks for watching. Like the video, subscribe, and I will see you guys very soon. Ciao.